Hi, my name is Doug White. I'm an international activist and independent world journalist. I'm the founder of the National Alliance of Concerned Americans for the Well-Being of All People and Earth. And I'd like to start out by talking about a little bit about Gandhi and his whole Satyagraha movement, which was actually twofold. On one hand, you have to step up to stop and resist and form a resistance of persistence in stopping deleterious kinds of things that are going on, because the only way you can get the train off the wrong track is to stop the locomotive, okay, and then move it to the other track and get it headed in the right direction. So it's important to have a resistance of persistence on one hand, and on the other hand, you need to be stepping up for positive and proactive and creative change. At the same time, you must have both movements going on. And sometimes people get all excited about being against, and they forget the other half of Satyagraha, which is really significant, because if you're going to stop and replace the old, what are you going to replace it with, right? So it needs to be replaced with positive solutions.
So what did you do in the United States?
What did I do?
To increase, as part of that resistance?
Well, as part of the resistance, 2 years ago, I said these wars are illegal, immoral, and atrocious, and they must be stopped. So the only way you can get things into the mainstream media is you have to do something, you know, outstanding and outrageous and sometimes illegal. Okay? So what I did was I burned other people's American flags, and I burned government flags. And I knew the police would come down on me, and they did, and they beat me, and they hurt me, and they locked me away in solitary confinement before hauling me into court in shackles, hands and feet. And, you know, they've fined me heavily, they've put me in jail, and it's ongoing.
And your goal was to, you received publicity for this?
Yes, they put me on the front page of the newspaper, but you know, it's only local, regional. It's
right.
Western Massachusetts and Springfield and stuff. So, but it's ongoing. I'm not finished with the court system, but that's okay, because it'll be more media to come. You know.
Yep.
So.
Well, thank you for that, Doug, and hopefully we have more Gandhi actions down the road. I think that's what this conference is about, really.
Yeah, it's all about Satyagraha. You know, you need the two-pronged approach of resistance of persistence on one hand, and creative, proactive change on the other hand.
But what about Obama? Are you excited about what he brings, or? Well,
at least he's coming, and I hope he steps up to the plate and does something significant. I mean, I think one of the really key issues is the first world putting a significant amount of money, and it really should be $25 billion a year on the plate to motivate the third world, both in cutting their greenhouse gas emissions, but also because they're going to be needing, serious adaptation to climate change and increased global warming in the future.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, and it's going to be really rough and tough. It's already happening. Look at Australia, look at Kenya, look at Sub-Saharan Africa. It's already happening.
Yeah,
you know, severe, intense droughts.
So $10 million, that would be three days in the Afghan war.
I think they said 10 billion, didn't they?
Yeah, 10 billion. Yeah,
it should be 25 billion.
Yeah.
You know, which is nothing. It's the Iraq, well, it's Afghan war mostly now, but it's $3.5 billion a day being wasted. Okay, and
Crazy.
The United States primarily has already wasted $1.5 trillion.
Yeah.
1.5 trillion wasted.
Gone. Yeah. It's going to happen, but I mean, it's going to continue. But maybe that was the only choice Obama had right now politically.
It wasn't the only choice. Okay, he really didn't step up with courage, in my opinion. Okay, it's unwinnable. All the retired generals have said this is an unwinnable war, and all you're doing is delaying the inevitable outcome, which is the U.S. leaving, like we did in Vietnam. So
Yeah.
why continue it until July of 2011?
Yeah.
Okay, it's
Okay.
it's really disgusting and inexcusable and wasteful. Wasteful of lives, wasteful of resources. It's just wasteful.
Yeah.
And it needs to be stopped.
Do you have a website?
Yes,
What's it called?
it's called the National Alliance of Concerned Americans.com.
Okay. Thanks very much.
And it's an activist website. It's especially a tough, new, bold, courageous activist website because we need to step up with the new activism.
Great. Excellent.
Which is not just willing to be arrested or not wanting to be arrested. It's also being willing to come and hold the ground, chain ourselves together, do whatever it takes to hold the ground, right?
Yeah.
Because if you do that, then the media will cover you. If
Yeah.
you're here today and gone tomorrow, you get no coverage.
Right.
So that's what needs to take place,
Great.
Peter.
Awesome. Thanks
Yeah.
very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Turn this off.